with half series flows in between, and those can always be optioned out if you'd like to do child's pose, puppy pose, or even down dog as sort of a resting pose but still stretching. So just know that's always an option. You have that freedom to give yourself that freedom. So I hope you can enjoy that. We'll be using a yoga block for if you want to use it for any of the forward folding. We'll be doing a 3-point balance, can use it there. Any of the height options, can use it tall, short, or medium. And then at the end, we'll be doing some core work on the mat where we'll be using the block for some extra engagement of inner thighs, the abductors, and for balance, and just have a little fun with it. And then we'll be using it in resting poses with fish and with bridge. So just want to kind of give you that little introduction and we'll go ahead and get started. So we'll come to our mat standing today and starting in mountain pose with the standing flow. So as we start in mountain pose, maybe even take a few minutes here if you want to wiggle feet, scrunchy toes, stretch your feet, chest expansion, opening up the heart space. And bringing that into a half forward fold. Gently forward folding from there. Again, this is an option where if you want to use your block, you can. Just kind of melting crown of head towards the floor. Relaxing the jaw, the neck. Letting our head hang loosely and can nod our head yes, shake our head no. Even sink a little deeper in the hips. And reversing swan dive, slowly coming up. Exhale, hands into heart. Up on the top of our mat, moving into sun salutation. Lifting on our inhale, forward fold, exhale. Half forward fold on our next breath. And then down dog on our exhale. Walking feet back. And let's pause in down dog. Take a few extra breaths here. Lengthening spine, the arms, the back of our legs can walk in place. Up and down on our heels, onto the balls of the feet. Maybe even letting one knee move towards the mat and bring shoulders forward over wrists and then press back up. If that feels good to you, or maybe you like a more traditional down dog, or maybe take some time, wag your tail, side to side movement. Another fun one is to bring one foot to the middle, to the center, step the other leg out to the opposite side. Press your heel towards the floor, let the knee bend. Just kind of whatever feels good to you here in our down dog. Back to center. Oh, and plank pose. We're bringing shoulders over wrists. Hold here, squeeze, draw the belly in. Roll forward onto tippy toes, bending elbows, hugging in, crocodile. You can also bring your knees to the mat here. So that can be an option even throughout as we repeat this half series. Holding on to alignment and the muscular engagement here. Squeeze elbows in. Inhale, lift to cobra. Exhale, back to child's pose. Keep flowing. We'll go on to all fours and down dog. Hover, let the knees lift an inch from the mat. Draw your belly in. Slowly lifting. Lifting hips, then straightening legs. Tapping into that leg strength last. You know, it's easy to just use the leg strength first. Let's walk to the front, forward folding. And reverse swan dive, sweep tall. Inhale, exhale, chair twist. Back to center, and twisting other side. Forward fold. And reverse swan dive, sweeping tall, mountain pose. And then arms out wide, swan dive, forward fold. Half lift. And down dog. Bringing our feet down, our hands down to the mat, walking feet back. Let's take our right leg tall. And holding here, raise and lower left foot, left heel lifting up onto the ball of the left foot. And then switching sides, lower right leg, slowly take left leg up. Three-legged dog, and raise and lower right heel. Slowly lower left leg. Exhale, down dog. You can stay here or come all the way through half series to stay active. Create a little more warmth. If we're flowing, compress into child's pose. All fours and come back to down dog. And remembering, lift the knees, draw the belly in, move from the core, use the leg strength last. Exhale, down dog. Walk to the front and forward fold. And reverse swan dive. Sweep the arms tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. And we're exhaling, down dog. Walk the feet back. And then coming into plank, holding. Let's go and bring our knees to the mat. Tuck elbows in. As we lower in crocodile, hover here. Squeeze and release. Inhaling, lifting into cobra. Exhaling back to child's pose, taking hips back to our heels, or puppy pose can keep the hips a little taller, stacking above knees. And Just taking a little resting stretch in child's pose or puppy pose, whichever one that you like here. We'll come back up to all fours. Sorry, turn this way. Spinal balance. We're gonna do a little flow with spinal balance. Extending our right leg, holding, and left arm. Squeeze, draw the belly in, and release. Switching sides, left leg, flex, right arm, extend, draw the belly in. And keep going. Rooting down through right hand, left leg, and then switch, left hand, right leg. Switching sides, let's do 2 more on each side, 2 more sets. One more. So we're back into all fours, child's pose, and then flow through a kneeling half series. Inhale to kneeling plank, exhale crocodile. That half series flowing that keeps us warm, or the option to be in a stretch in child's pose. And anytime you want to switch to that, you can, because it's still a really, really great stretch. So from all fours, hover, lifting knees, draw the belly in, find that core work. And then we're going to lift the right leg tall. Inhaling to step to the front, looking at our thumbs. You're bringing that right foot forward, stacking knee over ankle. Anticipate, draw the belly in, lift the hips. Squeeze. Then walking our hands up to right knee. We're going to move up into a lunge. Inhaling, arms tall. Root down through the feet, maybe sink a little deeper. And then hands into heart. Taking our gaze to the right, and we'll move into twist. Back to center. And inhale, sweep the arms tall. Exhale to 3-point balance. We're reaching our arms towards the front and then all the way down. And here's where if you want to use your block, you can even try maybe that medium position. Make the arms a little longer and left leg extending back. Flexing the foot. Maybe even find a little more space in our right leg. You can find some straightness behind the knee using the block. So there's lots of benefits where we can work within the space where we are today in our bodies, letting go of expectations. Come on, go ahead and bring that left foot in lightly in forward fold. So we let go of expectations. Maybe it's internal, maybe it's external. Let go of judgment and comparing ourselves. It's the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. We want to move within freedom and joy. Reversing our swan dive, sweeping tall. Inhale, lift. Exhale, flow all the way down to forward fold. Then a half lift. Down dog, next breath. In peacock. And we're inhaling the right leg tall. Stepping right foot to the front. We're going to be moving through that lunge. Start here. Oops. Step back to down dog. Inhale, left leg tall. Step left foot to the front. There we go. And breathing. Draw the belly in. press the belly in towards the spine. And then walk your hands up to the left knee. We're coming up into a standing lunge, standing tall. Inhale, lift the arms. Maybe taking our gaze up. We can challenge our balance where we focus our eyes. Stabilize looking down. Challenge looking up. Hands into heart. And a twist. Come back to center. 3-point balance is next. Lift the arms tall. And exhale, we're bringing our arms forward and then down. Lifting right leg. So again, explore with the block. Find a little more length even here in our stabilizing our foundational leg. And release the forward fold. We're going to just place our block over to the side. We'll use it again later. And then from forward fold, we're stepping back. Down dog. Maybe holding here in down dog or coming to child's pose, or the option to stay active. As we flow through half series for the active section, you can stay in a full body half series or knees to the mat. Exhaling, hugging elbows in. Inhaling, we're lifting to cobra. Exhaling, coming back to child's pose. Move a little side to side. And thread the needle, maybe even just a little flow here. Thread the needle, right arm to left side, left arm to the front. Take 2 more breaths here. And switch sides. Left arm out to the right side, left shoulder, left ear towards the mat. And 1 more. Over to the right. And then over to the left. And back to center. We'll slide our hands back in. So cat-cows on all fours. And then from neutral, lift the knees, draw the belly in, lifting. Let's find that core engagement first, and then leg strength last. We're going to flow into plank from here, bringing shoulders over the wrists. And a 3-legged plank. We're going to lift the right leg, holding. You can also do a kneeling option here. Squeeze and lift. Release and switching sides. And back to our knees. Child's pose. You can stay here or move through half series. Keeping the warmth. Keep the sensation, the work going. And coming back to center on all fours. We're going to lift the knees, press up towards the ceiling, and then we're coming back to plank. Holding, tap right hand, left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. Keep squeezing the glutes. Slow motion. Work with the breath. One more each side. And child's pose. Option to stay here in child's pose or flow. Half series, kneeling or full body. All fours, cat-cow. Flowing with our breath. And then coming back to all fours, side plank, kneeling, right foot off to the right side, lifting left leg, extend, lift it to hip height. Left hand can open from the heart. Maybe draw some little circles here. You can point the left toe, just drawing in that little invisible circle. Change directions. Good, and release. Switching sides. Kicking left foot off the side of the left side of our mat, extending right leg. Lifting to hip height. Shoulder opener, holding. And can add circles. We're releasing, coming back to child's pose. And again, option to rest in child's pose or it can flow. Half series, full body, or kneeling. Exhale back to child's pose. We'll bring our hands towards our knees, coming up into camel. We'll bring our fists into the low back. Squeeze the glutes from the waist down, engage. Taking our gaze up. Coming back to center. And counter pose with cat and cow. Exhale the cat. Inhale the cow. And then from neutral, taking hips back to heels in child's pose. Flow through half series and we're coming to cobra. Staying in our cobra pose, we'll bring our hands in alongside the hips with the palms up, little tail feathers. Squeezing, lifting feet, hands and head. Hold here. Continuing to breathe. And release. Hands in under the shoulders. Pressing down, hugging elbows in, and lifting. Cobra. Neutral chin. And draw belly in. Child's pose on our exhale. Cat and cow. And then we're going to flow again from child's pose, kneeling plank, kneeling crocodile, and meeting in cobra. We're going to take the arms out wide like wings. Squeeze, lifting feet, hands, and head. And releasing. Hands in under the shoulders. And on our next breath, cobra pose, strong with the low back. Can you move to up dog, squeezing, lifting knees from the mat. And release. Child's pose. And then we're coming back to all fours. And cat-cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cat. From neutral, let's bring our hands in towards the knees. And we're coming back up into camel pose. Squeezing the glutes, taking our gaze up. Press down through the top of the toes, the top of the feet. Maybe adding a shoulder opener here is an option. You can curl the toes under to reach back. Same hand to same heel, and opposite arm can reach tall in our shoulder opener. And then we're coming back to center, cat and cow. And then we're going to be moving to boat pose. From all fours. Swinging our feet around. We'll reach for our block again to come into some mat work. Seated on the mat doing some core work. We'll use our block in boat pose, sitting tall. Turn sideways. We'll find a nice straight spine, shoulders to hips. Maybe even bringing your hands alongside the hips. Squeeze and lift shoulder blades, lift the heart space. Find that space, and that's where we want to hold. Squeeze the block. Maybe hands to the mat, just outside edge of the legs, or a balance option. Just holding and hovering. And just some little half lifts. Keep hugging the block. Maybe try full extension, just an option, and down. Full extension, and down. And then let's hold. And we're releasing. Exhaling into butterfly. Bringing soles of feet together. Lap your butterfly wings. Then we'll come back to center. Our first position can bring the block between our thighs, sitting tall. The skinnier edge up, lift the feet, Exhale, little twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. One more each side. Good. As we come back to center, we're butterflying. And we'll choose the block. We're going to bring it into the mid-back, about where the bra strap is. As we lean back into fish on the upper body with butterfly in the lower body. Maybe we're an angel fish today. Maybe open out the arms wide. Just let the heart space open, lifting, opening up the front of the neck. And then bringing hands in alongside the hips. Press down through the elbows to lift. We're going to slide the block out, take it to the side. And we're coming back onto our backs. Give the knees a hug. And then we're going to cross our right leg over the left, either crossing or wrapping the right toes around the left shin. Bring the arms out. Let's do goalpost arms and just exhale, knees and lift. Each exhale, we're bringing knees in. Press all the air out of the belly. 2 more. 1 more. Good work. Switching sides, we're crossing left leg over the right. You can hold in an X or wrap. Left foot around right. Exhaling in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the legs. Open the feet, the knees out with the feet together in butterfly. So we can hold here in butterfly or add in the fish pose again in the upper body. And this time let's try it with our hands, making a little diamond. We're going to bring index fingers and thumbs together and go behind our back. Slide that little diamond into the lower back. So we're kind of like creating a frame around the sacrum, the low back, the SI joint, whatever terminology connects with you there. So find your elbows and hug them in towards the ribs, and then start to press into the elbows to lift the chest and maybe even lifting the head. Slowly letting ourselves come back to the mat and bring our knees in, give ourselves a big hug. So we're going to use our block for 1 more here. We're going to bring our legs up in the air, like we're going to do legs up the wall, and bring the block up on top of the feet, balancing first. Legs extending. We can open out the arms wide, a little more counterbalance with our upper body. Soft smile. And just start to slowly slide right foot to the center of the block. Left foot slides out to left side. You can use your left foot to just kind of guide where we get the block balanced in the middle of the right foot to where you can slide left foot all the way off. Here's where we're going to hold and then slowly lower left leg to the mat. Left leg can be straight or the knee can be bent. Let's see if we can keep that right leg standing tall. Good job. And slowly start to lift left leg back up to the block. Moving through that same plane, and then we're going to switch sides. So slowly bring left foot under the block, sliding right foot out to the right side. Right foot can help balance. And then right foot off to the side, kind of free there, and then slowly lower. So now here, maybe if you want to bend your knee a little bit, you can. Where do you find freedom, and where can you give yourself freedom to find a little more space, a little more strength, or a little more balance or flexibility in your body today? Just give yourself permission to explore, maybe have a little fun, and if your block falls, laugh. Have some joy. And then lift back to center. Slowly. And we're bringing feet back together. And then we're taking our block. If it falls on you, it's not going to hurt. It's a foam block. Let's go ahead and move into bridge pose with the block between our legs again. The skinnier edge sticking out. So we want to find, we're going to start in a real squared or centered position. Squeeze the block, keep your feet on the floor, and just squeeze it with the inner thighs. Squeeze the block as hard as you can. Fire up those muscles in the legs. Then squeeze glutes separately and start to slowly lift, pressing down through the feet. Hold. And then slowly lower back down. Let's do 3 more. You can do this. If you want to move a little quicker, you can, but the emphasis is on resistance and activation. We press down through the feet. If you press through your feet, you can also just kind of hover and then squeeze the block with the legs and then engage glutes. Slowly lifting. Work against gravity. We're using more muscle rather than momentum. Slowly lower. Keep squeezing while we lower back to the mat. Especially when every part of us just wants to relax and let go. 2 more. This is hard work and you can do it. You are strong. Press down through feet, legs, glutes. Slowly back to the mat. 1 more. Keep hugging the block. Keep squeezing glutes. Press down through feet. Oh, good job. Okay, 1 more. Feet press down. Glutes fire up. Legs squeeze. Lifting. Slowly back to the mat. Now bring your heels in towards each other. Touch the heels, make a little V, squeeze, lifting, holding. Now we're just gonna hug that block and squeeze glutes. Slowly lower back to the mat. A little bit longer. One more time. Squeeze. Holding. And release. And as we come back to the mat, bringing knees in, give yourself a big hug. And then we're bringing right ankle over the left knee in a figure four. I'm going to turn my head towards the camera if you have any question what that looks like. And then we're going to thread right arm through the middle, left arm around the back. Can use your hand towel if you want to as a strap. Holding. And then just spinal twist, left knees moving to the left. And can use your figure four. Open out right arm, connect wrist, elbow, shoulder, taking our gaze to the right. And again, giving yourself freedom, permission. Where you're still breathing, where there's still softness and spaciousness in the body. And then back to center. We'll be switching sides. Figure four, left ankle to right knee. And then threading left arm through the middle. Reach around behind as we bring knees in. And we're guiding both knees to the left, to the right side. Figure four, spinal twist. Coming back to center. And just finding a final resting pose. We'll take a few minutes here resting on our backs. Can go back to a butterfly if that felt good, the hip opener, or maybe a 5-pointed star, opening out our feet to opposite edges of the front part of our mat. Opening out the arms wide, just taking up more space. Or maybe if you have available space, you can take your legs up to the wall. Legs up the wall. Opening out arms, goalpost arms if we're in butterfly or legs up the wall. Resting the back of our hands. You can also add a blanket rolled up under the low back. If hamstrings are a little tight or low back. Just to give yourself that freedom to let this be a resting pose and not creating strain. Maybe you liked the fish pose. Opening up the heart space, can use your yoga block again. Take the block underneath, mid-back. So make your resting what's beneficial for you today in your body, giving yourself that freedom. Just starting to wiggle the fingers and toes. And stretch a little. And as you feel ready, roll to one side. And just taking our time, coming back to seated. As we sit tall, circle in one direction and then the other. Release fingers, turning palms out and lifting up towards ceiling. arms, bring the back of hands in towards the chest. Releasing to inhale and lift. And exhale, prayer hands to heart. And thank you very much. And have a blessed day.